Hello. It's going to be a second here. I'm streaming now. I just started streaming. It's up and moving. Hey, everybody. It's just me right now, but Chris will be here in a minute, I think. He said he'd be here in like 5 minutes. Tell you the truth. That was 4 minutes ago, though, so I guess we're going to have to wait for him. You know, he's a big fucking star. What can I say? How's everybody doing this Sunday night? We're here. We're back again. We're gonna talk about stuff. We're also going to Chris is here. Oh, it's Chris. Hi, Chris. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Oh no. Chris's mic's not working. I don't think. I mean, my shit works. My shit is not flubbing. Chris is flubbing. We're back. I'm up and around. How's everybody doing? Techhead Terry just flubbed like crazy. Can you believe it? Chris James flubbing. It's kind of sad. Oh, hey, Surplus Value Theory. Thank you. I had fun on Fucked Up Jeopardy, even though I was kind of stuck missing wrestling, but didn't like the show that much anyway. So what are you gonna fucking do? You know? Probably could have just not. Well, I liked one of the matches. And then the rest of it, I was kind of like, you know, what are you going to do? Lou Bega Freak subscribed to tier 1. That's 9 months. And he is calling Chris the new flub guy. I'm bringing Chris back on. Hi, Chris. Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him. Oh, he just left again. This guy. He was actually working. Hi.
Don't fucking add me. I'm not ready to come on.
You're working, though. All right. Well, he's not ready to come on. He can also add himself. So, you know, I guess Dumb Guy 69 subscribed to tier 1. Robin Banks subscribed to 6. Horses don't have feet. They have legs. Right, guys? That's what we do. Man, you guys want to see my new shirt? Well, we got to wait till Chris gets on because we got some stuff to talk about. He knows. Thank you, I Am Joe. I felt the same way. I mean, most of this pay-per-view sucked. The MJF thing was, you know, not good. I can't even. The logic was just messed up for me. You know what I mean? Like if I was a bad guy in wrestling in AEW now, I would just never wrestle a match again. If you can just appoint somebody to wrestle for you, it's like, come on. I did have a leftist podcast for 12 years. That's what made me the most leftist person on that feed. So, you know, that's pretty good. Not a great pay-per-view, though. Not a great pay-per-view. There was one great match. If you ever want to watch a cool wrestling match, you know, Swerve versus Hangman. Actually, really good match. Almost a really good, like, perfect feud if they hadn't done a fucking home invasion on it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do a home invasion on wrestling. Chris, what's up?
Hey,
Chris would probably agree with. I don't want Chris on here agreeing with me about what I didn't like about wrestling last night.
Oh, was it AEW?
Yeah. Yes, it was AEW. There was an AEW show.
There's your first issue right there. You got that wrong.
I've been down on it. I've been down on it for like a month or two, and people like get real mad because they're like, oh, what? Wrestling has to be serious? And I was like, somewhat, yeah. Like most of it.
You have a line.
Huh?
You have a line even.
Yeah. You guys want to see my new shirt? You want to see my new shirt, Chris? I cut the sleeves off immediately.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. And yeah, I want to say as well that the flub was not. Oh God. Hey, get hard, stay hard. Subscribing tier 1 right at that good timing.
I got that. I got I
How
found
much
that at
you
this place, and I
how
was
much
like,
you
"This
pay
is
for that?
what?" Oh, it was like $7. This guy, I like went to this gift shop place, and this guy had the weirdest shit in the world. We bought so much stuff from him. He had everything was like, less than $1, except for the shirts, which were like $7, and we spent like $80 there because he had so much weird shit. But that fucking shirt, I was like, Jesus Christ! It says Alaska guys, which
Yeah.
it's, and then it says Rock Hard, which I
You
don't
are.
know.
You're often, or yeah. That's a
Like
reference
my
to how you
muscles,
prefer to have
muscles.
your, how you prefer your penis to be. Alfresco Pint, subscribing tier 1. Welcome
It
back.
actually means, hey, first of all, there was a strip club in Fairbanks, and it was called like Roxon Club Roxon. So I was trying to figure it out. I was like, it's probably rocking, of course. People love to rock. And
Mhm.
then sin, like sex. But people said that's a chain on the other side of the country, on the West Coast. Actually, there's a few Club Roxons there. That wasn't the only one. We drove by like the titty bar. There was like nobody there. So I don't even think it was open.
A-
Probably.
Antoine Greaseman, Antoine Greaseman should give that name its full credit. Subscribing tier 1 says, "How are the Alaska playrooms?" So that's a good question. How were they?
I don't think those things aren't there. They don't have swingers clubs in Alaska. Everybody was like, "Oh, I'll bet you went to that place where everybody lives in the same building," which is where swinging must happen, I would assume. And I didn't. I went to Fairbanks, Alaska. I did not talk to another person other than my wife the whole time I was there.
Uh,
Um,
that
didn't like
seems
really.
kind of strange. Flub Ho gifting a tier 1 sub. Well, how come my video is going in and out?
I don't know.
What's up with that? Why is my video freezing? What's going on? That's maddening. I mean, I'm plugged in.
I am too.
Everything should be
I'm
good.
looking.
It's really bothering me because sometimes
Well,
it'll make me
people are
like
gonna.
it'll make me like freeze and I look all fucking stupid and I don't want that.
Well, that's not why you look stupid.
No, it
Come
is. I
on.
mean, I'm saying I look stupid, but it freezes and it catches me in one of those stupid looks. Like I'm not
Yeah.
debating that. Flubho gifting a tier 1 sub to Surplus Value Theory. Tom's Dick Needle subscribing tier 1 3 months in advance. That's the type of forward thinking you get from Tom's Dick Needle. Paisley
Yes.
Fontaine subscribing 8 months. What's up?
Oh, the Grey Cup's on. I'm watching it. It's on the other computer next to me, actually. So,
Yeah.
I am an Alaska guy now. I don't think I'm ever going back. I might go to Anchorage in the summer sometime, but
Okay.
I think I got the Alaska experience. Really,
And what would that be? What would you describe it as?
it was cold and it was dark, getting dark most of the time, and I just hung out in a cold, dark place for looked at the sky, saw the aurora borealis.
How was that? Now, did that? What were your expectations of it?
Okay,
And what
here's
it?
the problem. Here's the problem with the aurora. First off,
Okay,
I just
here's
gotta
the
say this right
problem
out
with
of
the
nowhere.
aurora. Okay,
Here's the problem with the aurora borealis. There was no phone service at the top of the mountain that we went to.
but that seems okay. That,
Well, I couldn't look at my phone.
but that seems okay in that instance. I'm saying it's almost like a blessing in disguise, as they say. It's less a curse as it is because it's like then it forces you to admire that nature, the beauty of it, and not be
It
sort
was
of.
fine. It's kind of hard to see it. Really, to tell you the truth, it's hard to see it. It's not like as bright as everybody says it is. It's like I have pictures of I have some pictures of it
Well,
that
I
I
don't
could show.
listen. I don't think no offense. I don't think that an iPhone camera, taken
They
with your
actually say
phone.
they actually say that's the best kind of camera to use.
But I just don't think any camera. I think you have
No,
to see it, right? Like that's
I don't know. I was looking at it and it didn't look green until I took a picture. You know what I mean? It looked gray. Then you take a picture and then it's green and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, and that's what all the guys were like. Yeah, kind of. You know, maybe they were ripping me off or something. It was fine. It was a natural wonder. My wife really liked it. I was stuck on top of a mountain for 5 hours in the middle of the night. So I didn't like that part as much.
That's true.
With a Russian guy.
ECT by Radio Shack said, "Great hill to die on," which is, I agree. Like just
It would have
the
been.
hill that Bryan was up on would have been kind of cool to die up there. While the
Yeah,
aurora's going on behind you, like you just kind of fucking
could have been
like just
okay.
kind of walk off into the aurora borealis, you know? Look at see, I'm all
When I say
freezing
clean,
up. I'm all freezing up when
I didn't
and
see it.
it's
I
ridiculous.
don't see it.
You guys see it, right? It's streaming. It's like taking away from my story.
Everybody else thinks you look fine at your side.
So
I
is it
think you
on
look
my
fine.
side that I'm seeing that I'm seeing
Yes,
this?
it's
How could
your
that be?
side you're seeing.
But how could that be possible? Because I don't see it happening to you.
Okay,
I
now
only
that time I saw it.
see. It is, man. I
Yeah,
can't.
that time I did see it. I don't know, man. Maybe my internet's fucked up.
No,
I
I don't
don't
think
know.
it's
It
yeah.
doesn't say it is.
Hang on, let me go to speed
Everything here
test.
says it's working. Okay, I'll go back to speed test and look again.
Okay, what? And we'll because so let's see.
I can make everybody in my house stop using the internet.
Okay, well,
I'm looking about 200 megabits per second Mbps, not
So
194.2.
Is that download or
That's download.
okay?
And then you got your upload. You're looking at 119.8 upload.
Well, I'm at my download is at 881 download, and my upload is at 158.
Dark Universe subscribed for the 8th month, and he said Fucked Up Jeopardy was great last night. I did have a good time doing Fucked Up Jeopardy.
I saw a clip. I saw a clip of you.
Oh yeah, what did I do?
Well, they were like something about like colonizing and being like who does these like all these horrible things, and you were like, I do.
That was probably out of context.
No, it wasn't, because everyone had to like say to you, like Stefan was like, "No, those are bad things, Bryan. Why would you say those are horrible things?"
That was an accident. I didn't understand the question at that point.
Okay. He said it was an accident. Okay, yeah, because that was the only clip I saw. So did the rest of it? Did the rest of it go better?
Yeah, it was an accident. Most of it went pretty good. Most of it went, I would say, looked pretty good. But let me just say this. We came here. We promised we'd talk about my trip because I told Chris what happened. And colonizing was an accident. Nobody wanted it. That was an accident. Anyway, Chris knows what happened.
Oh, so hello, everyone. Are you ready to hear the story of Bryan's airplane shenanigans? Do you guys want to hear? Who in the chat, sound off if you want to hear Bryan's airplane shenanigans. Here we go.
I would say this, right? I would say this. I have flown a million fucking times. Okay. So many times.
I don't know if you've flown that many times.
So many. I've flown 6-hour flights, never 12 hours, which is what the Alaska flight was. I will say I've never flown for that long. It was a crazy travel day. Number one, and well, Bob Zombie, don't get ahead of yourself. Maybe it did. So it was a 12-hour flight. We get on the plane. I actually dressed for the flight more than I dressed for the trip.
Well, you got dressed for success. And sound off in the chat if I'm right there. You got dressed for success. Come on. I mean, that's a simple thing. Dan Pena taught me that.
So yeah, he taught you not to finger fuck everything and dress for success. So I put on my sweatpants that aren't sweatpants really. They're Lululemon sweatpants, so they're not thick.
Yeah, that's fair. You can get away with those. I wear Lululemon joggers, so I can't really
Yeah, that's what
Judge.
they are.
So you're not walking
But they're
around
not
in they're
thick.
not like gray sweatpants, not like classic
No.
grays. Okay.
No. And they're not super thick, so you shouldn't get hot in them either, you
Yeah.
know? So I have those, I wear those. I'm wearing boots because I only could pack one pair of shoes for this trip.
And you needed
And
boots
I
because you're
packed
going to be hiking.
insulated boots. Yeah, because your feet get cold. So I'm wearing these boots. That's first of all the biggest mistake I made, because then it was like I wanted my Birkenstocks so bad the whole time I was there. I wanted any other kind of shoes other than those fucking
Shout out to your
Columbia.
Birks. Ariel and I went shopping at Metrotown. Shout out Metrotown Shopping Center, and we were looking at she was looking at some Birks
That's where I got my Birkenstocks.
at Metrotown.
Yep.
In Surrey, British Columbia, Canada.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, but you're from a lot closer. I mean, there's a lot closer places to where. Anyways, whatever.
I mean, how close, really? So anyway, I get on the plane and I'm hot. Okay.
Okay. What were you're just wearing those? What were you wearing on top?
Fucking short sleeve T-shirt that I got.
But you had sleeves on it, so that was probably making you.
Sleeves. Yeah, like
that
sleeves,
probably made you extra hot because you're not used to having that part of your arm covered up. So you're probably like, oh my god, because literally that's where your armpits are. They're breathing out of there,
Yeah, and it was just, first of all, I paid for premium economy, which cost me money.
Oh yeah, sorry. Metrotown's in Burnaby, British Columbia. I said Surrey.
I was there. Yeah,
thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Ariel. Ariel corrected me. Bryan, of course, didn't because he never heard of it.
I was just being polite about it. So anyway, we get there and like I'm on the plane and I'm getting hot, and like again, I voted that day in the morning when I got up, walked over to vote, put on a hoodie, and it was like 75 degrees outside, so I sweat on the way there, and then I didn't stop sweating until I got to Alaska. Anyway, so I get on a plane with just the short sleeves and the things, and like for the first part of the flight, I'm doing okay. I'm hot, and I'm like trying to get air on me, but like the plane is packed. The premium economy is not premium. It's the same amount of seats as the back of the thing. And there was nothing premium about it. Don't fly Alaska Air's premium economy. It's just not premium at all. Okay. It's economy.
I don't think it feels like you were really hot and you were really uncomfortable. I don't want to stick up for an airline, but it sounds like maybe they might be getting an unfair review here from a guy who was just physically hot.
I was so hot. I was so sweaty. And then what happened? So I made it through the first 6-hour flight to Seattle. We got to Seattle.
Yeah.
And then we had to get on another plane from Seattle to Fairbanks, which was also another 4-hour flight. Okay. So I'm like, I get on the second airplane and I'm just still hot. And then
how long is the layover?
An hour. We only had an hour. So I didn't even have time in between to do anything. It was 45 minutes back on the airplane, flying out. Okay. And I'm so hot, dude, and my crotch is going crazy.
Oh, so that's where you're the hottest, is in the hot zone.
Oh yeah.
Dire Mute subscribing tier 1. Now, a lot of people are guessing that you're going to destroy a toilet. I will say that's not what happens. He does not destroy a toilet. I will say that. I want to get that out of everyone's head.
So I went to the bathroom once. And I turned the water on to splash some on my face or my head, but the water's fucking warm on the airplane. So I couldn't do that. I started drinking ice.
Tony. Okay, Tony K.
He would have loved the warm water.
Tony K. Come on. See, I froze up there, but I don't even care.
They call it Tony K Airlines backlash jet. So I then go back to my seat and I sit down and my crotch is just going fucking crazy at that point. There's
can you clip that? My crotch is just fucking, like when he said that line, just somebody get that video.
it's just heat lines coming off of my crotch. So I go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay. I go to the bathroom again. I'm standing in the bathroom and I'm like, I'm just gonna pull my pants down and stand here to cool the crotch area off. So I stood in the bathroom with my pants down for a few minutes, and it like didn't do the trick.
That's so nasty. Everybody's poop
I know.
particles all floating around. It's
I don't care. I don't care. It was so hot. It was just so nasty. And I was like, okay, this is fucking crazy. So it didn't go away. It didn't get cooled off at all. And I went back and sat back at my seat and then acted like a psycho again for like another 45 minutes where I'm trying to get air on me. I'm doing this. I'm trying to point that little
what
air
about
thing.
the air thing? You should ask some of your the people beside you if you could get their thing pointed at you as well. Double Neg subscribing tier 1, hot dick syndrome, they say.
Well, thank you for hot dick syndrome. That is what it's called when your fucking crotch is super fucking hot. So it's so hot. And I go like this. Okay, fine. I'm going back to the bathroom and I got a plan. I went back to the bathroom. I pulled my pants down. I stood there for 1 minute and then I ripped the crotch out of my underwear. Just completely ripped it like Superman or Hulk Hogan.
What? What? That was the plan you had?
It worked for a minute. It didn't actually end up working though. You know,
you don't say. You don't say.
It worked for like a 5 minutes where I felt fucking smart when I did it at first.
Thank you for subscribing. Poops on you.
So
yeah, Bryan, so what did you do with the other part? Just in the garbage? You just threw it in the garbage?
Well, I had to leave them on. That's why I ripped them. I couldn't take them off. I was thinking about taking them off, but I couldn't get myself in a situation where like I could take my pants off in the bathroom of the airplane. So I just ripped them and left them on like a caveman until we got back to the hotel or to the Airbnb. Then I took them off and threw them in. Yes, they're in the trash in Alaska now, somewhere in a dump. But that was my flight, and there was not that much crotch sweat. Everything was okay after that for the rest of the flight. But then on my flight home.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm just gonna leave the studio, and before you start the story, I'm gonna leave and come back, see if that fixes the thing. Hang on.
Yeah, I keep looking. Everything says it's good over here.
I know. That's what's so weird about it. That's why I'm just gonna leave and come back because we both seem
Chris
to have
is
a good
gonna leave
connection.
and come back real quick, and everything looks good on my side. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so I ripped the crotch out of my underwear. When I got to the place, I told my fucking wife about it, and she was goofing on me and stuff. And so what I did on the way home was I put on one of my sleeveless shirts.
Okay.
And then I put on.
So this is for the flight home.
Yeah, I put on a sleeveless shirt.
So you did,
and
think,
then I also put on shorts.
You thought I was right, maybe about the sleeves being an issue.
I mean, it was crazy because like not only did I take my pants, I wore shorts too, like pajama shorts that I wear in bed, like so that like my whole I don't sleep naked. Don't give me that look. I wear shorts to bed.
But I'm more like you were wearing your pajamas.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, come on. We cannot listen. There has to be a level. There has to be a limit. We're going to go out in public with other people. Bryan, you cannot wear your pajamas. It's not acceptable. Everyone, we can't let people wear their pajamas. It will go too far.
Pajamas and boots.
Pajamas and boots. It's what you wear to bed. It's literally
sort of.
It's the same thing you wear to bed.
But yeah, I wore that on the plane back. But like on the flight to Alaska or the flight to Seattle, I was not feeling well because I only crapped one time in Alaska for the entire time I was there.
How long were you there?
7 days.
Oh my God. This dude was packing
I
backstage.
tried everything I could. You have no idea how much I tried. I was eating fiber. I was all over fiber and everything. It just wasn't
I
working
mean,
out
I
for
don't
me.
go to the washroom. I will say I do. That does happen to me when I'm on vacation. I think I mentioned it before that when I'm not at home, I won't go to the washroom for not 7 days. One shit would be regular for me. Like I would go 3-4 days maybe
Yeah.
and not go take a shit. I don't know. It's not it's not the best, definitely.
So when I have to fly home and I'm like, well, I could go when I get home, I could go to the convention center or whatever. I
Yeah,
could I could go
you can go to your like for me it would be like, oh, I could be in my home in my one
yeah.
of my toilets. Brian, it would be like I could be at the convention center. Yeah.
So, so what happens is I don't go through the X-ray at TSA. I have what's it called?
He's got the special one. He has it for that reason.
So they
No, they
can't
were
see my
just
turds.
well, he doesn't want them to see how big his turds inside his body are because he was getting them jammed up at the thing because they all the guys, hey, come over here, hey Ricky, you've got to see this, and he'd get all his buddies over, and then I got to get to my flight, and it would end
Yeah.
up taking more
So
time.
why I don't know why this happened, but in the flight from Seattle to Columbus, which is a 6-hour flight, is when it decided, oh, I'd like to get all the crap out of you real quick
Sorry, when
on
did
the
that happen?
airplane, on the flight from Seattle to Columbus, the 6-hour flight from Seattle to Columbus. I have never pooped on an airplane, and I never would have in the past.
You're
But
saying
now
that's below you, or just you
you're
wouldn't?
not supposed to, I think. Most people aren't supposed to. They think, you don't poop on an airplane. But I'm sweating. Here's the thing. I'm sweating. I'm not saying anything to anybody, but I have like this anxious look on my face because I feel like it's going to come out my mouth or my ass, one of the two things, and preferably the mouth, right? Like I preferably hope I barf.
Do you think barfing is like more socially acceptable in that instance?
Yeah, people would rather you throw up. And
Oh yeah,
I would
yeah.
rather throw up in the airplane than take a crap because once you take that crap, everybody knows what your craps are up to. Like,
And also, yeah, like for you, for somebody else, it would be like whatever. You can go sneak a quick little shit in there or whatever, but you're about to fucking change the course of that flight for everybody. If you go, that you are about to become the focal point of everybody's story.
I did because I was already the focal point of the fucking flight. When they came to bring the drink cart down, I was near the front of the plane, like the third row behind first class. So like, row 8, they pulled up and they were like, dude, are you okay? The flight attendants are like, dude, are you okay? I'm very worried about you. You look insane. And then all the people around
you look insane. Did they say you look... the flight attendant say, dude, you look insane.
She's just like, I can tell something's going on here. You look
I know, but I'm sorry, that's so funny to me. That's one of the funniest things I've heard. Really nice, polite flight attendant. Excuse me, sir, are you okay? You look insane. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
Everybody around me is in the same thing too. So she's like, sir, are you okay? And everybody around me is like, he's not okay. You know what I mean? Like all the people in my area. And she's like, I'll tell you what. She goes, how are you feeling? Like, what's going on? Are you gonna, use the bathroom or puke? And I was like, I'm gonna puke. You know what I mean? Like I was like not wanting to say poop.
You were sticking a cork in that anus and forcing that out. You wanted it. Oh, let's get it out of here. But I bet you that's not what happened if I know you.
Corbin Zaferno says, sir, are you going poop joker mode? And the lady was like, I'll tell you what. There's a few empty seats in the back of the plane. Why Why don't I hand you a? I'm gonna hand you a barf bag, and why don't you go back to the back of the plane and sit by the bathroom, just in case anything happens.
Oh no. You look so fucked that they're like, you're not allowed to sit in your seat anymore.
Yeah.
You have to be closer to the facility. You look insane, sir.
So I have to go back and sit next to this guy too. Like there's one seat between me and this guy, but now everybody on the plane is now seen.
Hang on one second. Just to clarify, because someone said in the chat, is the airplane toilet occupied? Bryan doesn't want to go to the toilet at this point. He's just feeling sick. He's hoping he's going to throw up, and people are just all noticing how sick he looks. He is not gone to the washroom.
I haven't thought about the bathroom yet.
He-
I haven't considered that I would go into the bathroom yet.
The only
And,
Bryan doesn't usually use the washroom to go to to use the bathroom to go, poo or pee. He goes in there to rip the fucking hole out of the crotch of his underwear.
Good point.
If he needs to do that, then he'll go use the washroom. Sorry, are people getting bothered by me calling it washroom? Do you guys don't call it a washroom, do you?
No, it's a bathroom, but they don't care. First of all, I'm not trying to puke in my seat. I'm trying not to puke.
Oh, Bryan, turn your volume up.
Is this better?
I don't know. Yeah, turn your volume up. Hello?
I did. I turned everything up. Is this better? Do you guys hear me better? Maybe I just got to get closer to the mic. So anyway, I go back and I sit at that I sit in the seat in the bath, and there's a guy sitting there and he's trying to ignore me because he knows something went wrong. Right? Like he knows that I got sent back there.
Lay Badgers 1 subscribing with Prime. So he's like embarrassed. He's like, I don't want to be friends with this guy. This guy's like so nasty that they sent him to the toilet seat.
Sitting back by the toilet seat.
I can't hang out with the toilet seat guy. Then everyone on the plane will think I'm a nerd. Yeah.
And he paid for more expensive seats, but they were like, I think the seat for you is by the toilet. So I went into the bathroom and I tried to throw up, and I started making the throwing up noises, thinking it would make me throw up.
Wait, you didn't actually have to throw up. You started trying to induce it, kind of.
I needed to do something, is what I did know that I needed to do. I really,
your tummy. It's safe to say your tum was feeling a bit gurgly.
I thought I was motion sick at first. That's why I started and I go back there and I'm standing in there and fucking I try to throw up and I don't throw up, but immediately shit. Like I have to fucking turn around and sit down. And it was just like, you're not gonna be throwing this up. This is gonna come out of your ass. Right?
But it was just a little bit, I guess.
No, it was so much. I can't even fucking believe how much it was. And I'm doing courtesy flushes on the airplane, and the airplane toilet is so loud when you flush it that there's people.
You're doing there. Courtesy flush.
yeah. I flushed 6 times while I'm taking a shit in there because I didn't want anything crazy to happen or to have a big turd just sitting there for the rest of the flight.
So you were making sure whenever I can get any amount of these turds down, I'm gonna get them sucked down. I'm not gonna take any chance that I'm gonna pile too many of them up and then they won't suck down.
It was so fucking much, man. And then it was done. But
how many times did you flush?
I would say I flushed 6 times. I would absolutely, without exaggeration, say I flushed 6 times. And then at one point,
the whole flight, I'm imagining it's completely silent, and everybody is just hearing him flushing. Okay, sorry.
So anyway. While I'm shitting, I must be thrashing around because somebody comes and knocks on the door. I'm like, I'll hurry up. I'll be out in a minute. And they're like, well,
Oh.
I he said, I'll hurry up. I'll be out in a minute. And they're like, well, you hit the call button. So while I was thrashing around, I seem to have hit the call button, and then they had to run back and check on me. It was the worst. That was the part where I was like, oh, come on, man. It felt like everything was fixed. It felt like everything was like happening. My stomach was empty for the first time in like days. I felt so much better.
Yeah, you probably physically you felt better, but
yeah.
Mentally,
And when she comes back because I pressed the call button in there, she was like, "Oh, I thought you passed out and busted your head open or something."
Yeah, and, from the smell of it, I thought from the amount of flushes. Fidel Clanko subscribing tier 1. Welcome. That is
so.
I don't know why I was flailing video space games, but I 100% hit the fucking thing. Like I was in there losing my mind.
Why were you flailing about?
I don't know, because it was so much, Chris. I can't, like, I wish I don't want to show people how much it was.
Well, a lot of people have seen one of yours.
Oh yeah.
Because Bryan, if you go into the Discord and you go into the Turd Post channel, it's not safe for work. You can see a photograph of one of Bryan's shits, and it is. I mean, it's like it looks like it's like just like a goof. Someone photoshopped it or whatever. I'm toot subscribing with Prime. Welcome. It doesn't even look real, so I can't imagine what this was like. As far as
Ariel said, I promise you, no one heard the flushing though. They had headphones on and the engines are too loud. Well, that I hope, but that flush is so loud.
Oh yeah, the suction flush. You know,
I guess. The last little bit was that I found very funny is I took that huge shit and then walked back to my seat like 20 rows away from the bathroom.
Wow.
And I didn't need to go back. I felt better. We landed. Everything was fine.
Falbopolis subscribing tier 1, 5 months. Really glad Demi got to see it live on stream yesterday. What did Demi get to see live on stream?
I showed her the turd on stream.
Oh, the turd. Yeah.
Because they started talking about a turd, and I said, "Oh, I got some turds," and then,
turd.
Well, the other stuff from the trip was like, I went to a resort that I'll never go to another resort again in my entire life.
I think we all know that's bullshit.
Shut up.
I think we all know that's not true, but whatever you want to tell yourself.
I'm done. I felt so trapped at that place.
Hey, Flat Broke Gino Desconte gifting a tier 1 sub to Shoes Robinson. Hey, thanks, Flat Broke Gino.
The resort was called Chenna Hot Springs. It is a hot spring. And then a bunch of carny games.
Hang on one second. Somebody did send me. If I go into my message requests, I swear to God, somebody sent me a thing. What's it called?
Chenna Hot Springs.
Because someone sent me a thing saying, just to clarify, Bryan's. I'm not making this up. Someone sent me this in a DM. Just to clarify, Bryan's Alaska Resort is a well-known Japanese sex resort.
It is not.
I'm looking on Travel. I'm looking on Travel Noir right now. Chino Hot Springs.
No, it's
is that actually what it's called? Is that actually what I'm literally reading a thing? Yes, I'm reading. Does Alaska's Chino Hot Springs really increase fertility? An hour outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, sits Chino Hot Springs. So it is a place where you go to get more fertile.
No, they say that hot springs have like a whole thing, like can make you. They have all these healing properties. When, in my opinion, it's a hot tub.
Many newlywed couples from Japan will come to the hot springs in the wintertime in hopes of increasing their chance of fertility and to bring luck and intelligence to their new addition. So
no, that is not what it is. I'm telling you, people.
I mean, that's cool. There's no massive respect. I understand. So there was some issues with it. Was it with the playrooms or where did they go wrong?
There are no playrooms there. Number one. It's just a nasty place. The food was really bad.
Okay.
And like
What can you give us like give us an idea of some of the stuff that they had on the menu?
I'm going to tell you the truth. I ate 3 orders of French fries over the 24 hours I was there. I didn't eat anything but French fries. They had a cheeseburger and I got it. I took one bite out of it and I was like, this is terrible. And then after that, I was like, oh, I'll take this. My wife was like, well, why don't you just eat like some fucking chicken tenders? And I was like, oh, yeah, you get your chicken tenders, you get your French fries, you get a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
That's an easy meal. So I ordered that and they brought me my chicken tenders on top of a piece of lettuce with warm ranch dressing instead of the
Well, just ask for barbecue sauce, dude.
barbecue sauce. So I just ate the French fries and then walked away. My wife was like, you can just go back up to the.
Wait.
I was being so grumpy about
what I gotta say, Bryan, that's not cool. That is not listen, the presentation's not going to be great. You're at a sex resort in Alaska.
Sex resort.
You're not going to get the best presentation, but like they did, because they were on top of lettuce and the dip wasn't right. Just ask for barbecue sauce. Did the tenders look shitty? Did you even try them?
I ate one bite of one, but I don't know. I didn't like them. I just ended up sending it back. I paid for it. And we tipped.
Wait. You sent them back?
Didn't send them back. I left them sitting there. My wife was like, he's not going to eat those. She was like, why don't you go back and lay down up in a room? Because I was being all grumpy about it.
Katie, poor Katie. You're being grumpy because the chicken fingers are on top of lettuce.
Yeah.
Like I would on
vacation. When I was on vacation, I want good food.
I'd be hitting you with old school. I'd be hitting you with my damn stiletto, which obviously she couldn't be wearing because this was a sex resort. You can't have stiletto heels because of the furniture situation. Like I would be straight smacking you. I mean, so why didn't you just go somewhere else and get?
Because it was an hour out of town and we didn't drive there. We took a guy picked us up and drove us the hour and a half out of town because I was afraid to drive there because I don't know what the roads are going to be in Alaska. You know what I mean? So I didn't drive there. I paid a guy $90 to pick us up and take us home, take us back. So it was a mistake. I am
so you didn't really experience the town or anything, or the city.
Yeah, Double Neg's posting a thing. It is one of the worst places I've ever stayed. And it's a 3-star. They call it a 3-star hotel, which personally I don't like staying. I don't like going anywhere under 4. But I did because they have an Aurora Borealis trip to go up the thing. And
so that's what they're capitalizing on. People who are saying, they got a good price and they got the Aurora Borealis. So they're like, we don't even care, And
they have that hot spring there. So they have those like 2 things. Everything else there is like a carny trick sort of thing. Like they have this ice museum. They're like, come look at this cool ice museum. You walk in there, it's one room where a guy just made a bunch of ice stuff. It's not like a museum. It's not like a fucking experience. You just walk in, you pay $20. They give you an apple teeny in a ice glass, and you go outside and smash it. And
Michael Galasso subscribing with Prime. Yeah, that does sound pretty shitty.
It was crappy. The food was bad. Everything smelled weird there, and the room was just it was the type of place I got into the room and Fox News was on the TV. The TV was turned on and Fox News was on. Like the TV in the hotel room. It was just shitty. We got back but I had a good time. Actually,
so you don't like
really
news. Cool. You don't like news. Like you don't like current events.
I recommend going to Alaska. It's really cool. If you ever have the chance, you go check it out. And it didn't mostly smell like bleach dirt. It mostly smelled like kind of like a weird rotten food fart.
Yeah, they hadn't. Well, they probably just hadn't done the big clean.
Well, let's watch some stuff.
Okay, yeah, it's 48 minutes into the stream now, and we haven't watched anything because of Bryan.
Choices.
Bryan was the guy.
I was a guy this week. Yeah.